Hello everyone, this is Beyond Dale with another market update, Forex market update for Monday, July 28th, 2014. I hope everyone had a good weekend and we're back at the markets. Okay, in front of us, what we have is a daily chart of the US dollar index, and the dollar index is very good to see the overall picture, what is happening with the currencies. Okay, so over the last 3 months or so, the dollar has regained some ground in the currency markets from a low that we see here in May of 79, just above 79 on the index, to a high of just above 80. Well, a high so far of just above 80. Okay, so currently the market is at resistance. We see that there was a swing high at this point in early June at about 80, 89, 91 or so, and the market is currently testing this level. Also, the market is coming up on a pretty significant trend line at this level also. So what we have is a confluence of indicators that could send the market in the opposite direction. As you can see, the market is in an overall downtrend, but the downtrend has been a bit choppy since the year has started. Market is really in a choppy range, directionless at some times, but this will resolve itself as normal, because what normally happens after a period of choppy consolidation, the market breaks out and really trends well. So that's what we're hoping to see towards the second half of the year. Now, just taking a look at the euro, just to reiterate the point that the market has been a bit choppy and directionless. We see that the market opened in January, just about this point is the open, and the market was just below 138, and now the market is at 134.37 with a high of 140. So the market, high to low, has been in a range of just over 580 pips, which is pretty small so far for the year in the euro. So again, the market has been a bit choppy for the year so far, but what is happening now? Okay, taking a look at the bigger picture, we're still in a broad uptrend. As you can see, the market bottomed in July, and we have had a period of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So the question is this right here a beginning of a new downtrend or a retracement? That's the question. And what's happening now is that the market is currently at the S2 pivot point for the month of July. The monthly S2 pivot point comes in at 134. Let me just get the exact number. 134.36 is the monthly S2 pivot point, and the market is hovering about 134.38. The market is also currently at a pretty significant Fibonacci retracement level of 0.786, which comes at 134.51 or so. So the market is hovering around this level. So what we have is a confluence of indicators, or confluence of support areas around the 134.50 to 134.20 area. So if the market does fall below 134 and ultimately breaks below 132.95, that could indicate that the momentum has shifted to the downside in the euro. And what we could see is the market fall pretty significantly towards a 128 level, to test the 128 level. Now, if the market does hold this level, 134.30-ish level, and stays above the 132.95, we could see the market resume its uptrend and ultimately take out that 140 high for the year so far. So something has got to give, and I believe that the break will be pretty violent in the euro because of the tight range that has happened for the year so far. Okay, taking a look at the British pound, we are in a broad uptrend. The British pound has been trending pretty nicely, and we have right here a slight pullback. And what we could see this pullback go a bit further down towards the 169 level. We could see the market go down to the 169 level before resuming its uptrend. So that's what's happening in the British pound. Another market of interest is the Australian dollar, where we see the market at resistance at the 95 level. So we're keeping an eye out on this resistance area of 95 cents that has held the market for the last, since April. This resistance level has held the market. It touched here once, failed twice, 3 times. So this 95 level is significant for the fate of the Australian dollar, to see if it will continue its upward movement or it will reverse from here and head to the downside. Okay, another market is gold, everyone's favorite metal. Now, nothing much has changed for gold over the since my last update. What's happening is that the market is in a broad consolidation period. Let me just get rid of this trend line here. The market is in a consolidation period and pretty directionless. If you're a trend trader trading gold over the last year or so, you wouldn't have really done anything much for the longer term time frames, because nothing is really happening. So for gold to start making a direction, we have to break out of this developing triangle. So the bottom and this line denotes the boundaries of the triangle. So the market has to break above this triangular consolidation pattern for gold to find its direction. Now we're entering the month of August, where you normally see gold rally pretty significantly. Actually, July and August, you normally see gold rally pretty significantly. So we will keep an eye out on this mark to see if that happens. A break above this triangular consolidation pattern could see a resumption in the uptrend in gold. And I would actually look to see if the market closes above 1400 and 1435. I believe this high was. Let me check. 1433. So to be safe, you want to see the market break above 1433 if this uptrend is to really gather steam. And if the market breaks below 1157, this low here, you could see a pretty significant decline in gold. So that's what's happening in the gold market. Just taking a peek at the stock market, the market is still in a broad uptrend. There are a lot of services that are calling that the market is topping out, but the market is still in a broad uptrend. And for a top to be confirmed, we will have to see the market close below the 180 level here. If the market does close below the 180 level, and this is the SPY ETF, sorry, the SPY ETF that represents S&P 500. The market does close below this 180 level, we could be setting up ourselves for a larger correction downward in the market. But the market is still in an uptrend. People have been calling for this uptrend to end for the last year or so. So once the trend is up, we will continue holding long trades. Okay, this is Beyond. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a good trading week. Thank you.